Hey there, friends! Welcome to Springfield!
Stay tuned for more fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
When Springfield gets a new resident, the Simpsons are less than thrilled. But it's not what you think. This is terrifying. Hi, I'm your host, and let's get into the top 10 hilarious The Simpsons Family vs. moments you can't miss. Number 10, Radioactive Man. When a radioactive alien crashes into Springfield, the whole town is instantly turned into zombies, except for Principal Skinner, who becomes an evil overlord instead. While Homer and company flee from the horde of the undead, they soon realize that they can't outrun the relentless Skinner forever. So they try to hide in the power plant. But that doesn't work either, because he uses his mind control powers to turn the plant's robotic arm into a meat hook and starts slicing him up. To make matters worse, this time, even Maggie gets zombified and has to be shot by her own father. What an extreme makeover. Number 9, Cape Fear. After Sideshow Bob escapes prison, he sets his sights on killing Bart and the rest of the Simpsons family. In an effort to protect them, the family goes into hiding, assuming new identities and moving to a new town. But, as you can imagine, this does little to stop Bob from finding them. And after he murders Barney and steals his body, the family must fight back. Lisa uses her saxophone skills to distract Bob, while Bart lures him into a trap with a fake laser gun. And in the end, Bob's laser eyes are burned out by none other than Maggie, who also saved the day in the original Treehouse of Horror episode. No! 8! Homer's ill. After falling into a vat of radioactive waste, Homer becomes an enormous monster bent on destroying Springfield. And I mean really big. He grows so large that he even develops atomic breath, which he uses to flatten entire city blocks in seconds. Luckily, Marge finds a way to shrink him down using a remote control, just as she's about to blast him back to normal size. Though, Homer destroys the device, forcing Marge to ride atop his head and hold on for dear life until he eventually shrinks back on his own. Phew, that was close. Number 7, Night of the Living, Lunch Lady. Springfield Elementary is taken over by flesh-eating zombies. But thankfully, for our heroes, they're all killed off when the school is bulldozed to make room for a new Quickie Mart. Wait, what? Yes, that's right, Principal Skinner, who's revealed to be a zombie himself, plans to use a remote control to open the gates and let more of the undead into the school. But he is stopped when Bart uses one of his remote control cars to hold the gates open, just long enough for everyone to escape. In the end, Skinner is trapped inside with the zombies. Although given how fast they tore through the students and faculty earlier, this might be a fate worse than death. No. 6. Dial Z. 4. Zombies. When Bart and Lisa are exposed to a mysterious virus, they turn into zombies and attack their family. Although in their defense, they only did it to protect humanity from being wiped out by the undead. But still, that's no excuse to eat your own dad. Guys, luckily, Homer manages to cure them in time, but not before they turn Milhouse into a zombie squirrel and bring the rest of the 3rd graders back from the dead to help him. So now the entire school is running around biting people, and Homer has to round them all up using a giant magnet. Yeah! Don't ask me why! That's just how he does things. No! 5. Tear in a bikini. After getting irradiated by a nuclear submarine, Plankton grows to gigantic size and attacks the town. Although Plankton isn't the only monster loose, as various other creatures from the depths also attack the residents of Springfield. Eventually, Homer finds himself face to face with Plankton in a showdown atop the destroyed. There, Homer tricks Plankton into diving for his nuclear submarine, causing him to devolve back into his normal size and presumably float away into space. Wow, that was intense. Number 4, Zombie Simpsons. When groundskeeper Willie accidentally unleashes an ancient evil, Springfield is turned into a post-apocalyptic wasteland overrun by zombies. So the Simpsons family grabs their guns and heads into town to save some supplies, food, and gasoline. That is, until they find out that nearly everyone they know has turned, including Chief Wiggum, who promptly tries to arrest Homer for stealing a police car. They manage to escape and drive to Moe's Tavern for shelter, only to find that he's been transformed into a giant eyeball monster. Well, good thing there's plenty of gasoline around to burn him to death. No. 3. Homer, the heretic. After reading a book called The Devil's Tramping Grounds, Homer becomes convinced that a satanic cult is trying to kill him. Because of this, he begins seeing demons everywhere, even though they aren't actually there. In fact, the only demon that appears is the one Homer conjured up himself, which makes him the heretic. Of course, Homer does unrealize any of this and spends the whole episode running around the town and smiting imaginary demons with a wooden stake, which actually manages to annoy the real demons enough to show themselves and possess Ned Flanders. Say hello to your new neighbor, the devil. No. 2. The Springfield Files. When an alien crash lands in Springfield, Agent Mulder and Scully are brought in to investigate whether or not it's extraterrestrial. However, everyone is shocked when the alien turns out to be a disguised version of Kang and Kodos, who have come to conquer Earth. They use their advanced technology to turn most of the townspeople into mindless slaves, including Principal Skinner and Superintendent Chalmers. Luckily, the Simpsons team up with Comic Book Guy to save the day. And after tricking Kong and Kodos into lowering their shields, they destroy their spaceship and presumably die. Wait, where are my pants? And finally, at No One, the city of New York versus aliens. Springfield gets a visit from Leonard Neat, who warns the town that aliens are planning to invade Earth. But no one takes him seriously, except for, of course, Kang and Kodos, who hear him speaking the backwards alien language and decide to attack early. The aliens use a tractor beam to lift Kong and Kodos' ship into the air and hurl it toward the sun. Now this is serious. Maybe if they'd done this sooner, we could have avoided all the alien invasions in the first place. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of our others, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss any future videos. See ya!